What's up, guys? My name is Oscar Torres and I'm the tailor and owner of Los Torres Tailors, and today I'm going to show you how to buy custom clothing. I'm going to be the test subject for this video just mainly because I also want to revamp my closet. When buying custom clothing, you definitely want to be prepared and have already a few questions answered in your head, so that way it helps you articulate and it helps you really dial down on what it is you actually want and what it is that you're actually looking for. You don't need to have the answers to all of these questions. It is my job to make sure that you kind of get walked through and guide you with other questions to make sure that we really get to the root of the situation at hand. Whatever your goals may be, I definitely want to make sure that you are achieving what it is that you're looking for. And that's really the objective of any tailor, any real premium clothier. And we definitely want to deliver a product that you're going to love and enjoy, and that we're also going to love and enjoy making throughout the process as well. So we definitely want to be on the same page. And so few of those questions are going to be, what are you looking for? That's kind of the number one question that you kind of have to get some clarity on, because you can be looking for a pair of pants, you can be looking for a suit, you can be looking for some trousers, or you can take that question and be a lot broader. Are you a young professional that wants to start looking a little more mature for what it is that you're doing? Or are you an older gentleman that have to compete with a lot of these millennials and a lot of these other younger professionals, and you also want to start to level out the playing field and you want to make yourself appear a little bit younger, shave off some years and things like that? There's other fabrics that allow you to do those kinds of things. I want to feel a little more put together when I go into the office. Those questions don't necessarily tell us what item you're looking for, but it definitely tells us what kind of vibe you're looking for and what the goal is. And sometimes those answers are actually a little bit better because we can now decide what fabrics to select for you. But nonetheless, you definitely have to understand and clarify for yourself what it is that you're actually looking for. Once you understand that, then you have to understand what is it actually for. And again, it can be weddings, it can be business, it can be pleasure, it could be for a number of different reasons. Maybe you might be traveling out to Mexico for a wedding, or maybe you have an important business meeting, they have to fly out to Russia or something, where climate's going to start to become a factor. So definitely those things you want to also clear up in your own head, so that way you kind of know what it is that you're actually going to be buying this clothing for. The next would be, what does your wardrobe actually look like right now? If this is something that you actually want to start investing some time and some real money into, then you're going to have to take stock of what it is that you already have. Let's say you already have a charcoal gray suit. Some people might want to revamp that charcoal suit for one that's not custom for one that it is. Or some say, you know what, I already have a gray suit. If I'm going to spend money, let me just put it to something that I don't have. And they might want to buy a navy suit, so they have a charcoal suit that isn't custom but might fit them well, and if it needs alterations, then that's something that we can help you out with. And then the other navy suit would be a custom made one, so that way now you have a gray that fits you really well, and then you have a navy one that fits you really well. That being said, you also have to take in consideration what your day-to-day looks like, because that's going to determine really also on the caliber of fabric that we're going to be showcasing. So if you're a real estate agent constantly running around, doing open houses, sticking things into the grass with your little signage, driving around throughout the state, showing houses and doing this and doing that, you're going to need fabric that can keep up. But if you're a CEO, and most of the time you're spending your day in the office and you're not really doing a whole lot of physical movement like that, then you can probably afford to do something different as far as fabric is concerned. So definitely considering what your day-to-day looks like, not only professional but also on your leisure time, how it is that you like to spend your time when you're home, when you're vacationing, what do you do for fun, those kinds of things. So that way we can also start to select something that's really going to express your personality, something that's going to keep up with your lifestyle, things like that. Next thing you want to consider is definitely, what is the end goal here? Is it a long-term process that you want to do, that you really want to revamp your whole entire wardrobe and you want to start upgrading pieces and you want to start doing a lot more custom? Is it a one-time purchase? Is it just for a wedding? I've actually had a lot of young guys starting to come up to me and approach me for proms and things like that. So is it something, just for a one-time kind of situation? What's the goal here? And now another thing that might be kind of obvious but also gets overlooked is, why are you considering custom? Are you looking for a better fit? Are you looking for better quality? Are you looking for a better experience? All those things really matter. If you're looking for just a better fit, sometimes alterations can just take care of that. And if you have already a few pieces in your closet that are made really well, the fabric is still holding up, the shape isn't terrible, having a little TLC just some alterations actually might get you what you're looking for, and then that saves you a lot of money down the road. If you're looking for better quality, you definitely found the right place. There is nothing like a custom-made suit, especially when it's cut especially for you. It's such a great feeling, it's amazing, it's a great process. But if that is the goal, you are gonna have to set aside a decent budget so that we can afford something that is gonna be a little bit better than going to the department store and buying something that's just off the rack. And talking about department stores, they're kind of notorious for not really giving the best customer service. So if you are looking for a better experience, you also found the right place. But don't take it for granted that every single custom clothier out there or every single tailor is a right fit for you. So if you're looking for a better experience, definitely do your research on each and individual clothier and tailor that you're considering to go visit. Or if there's one in your neighborhood, you might want to go around there and check them out. Usually these neighborhood tailors have a little bit more of a personality and have a little more connection with the actual community. And I found that a lot of these individual clothiers and shops have a little bit more of a personal touch, and they care a little bit more than what it would be at a department store and things like that, because for them it's not just a transaction, it's more of a relationship. So those kinds of shops I would definitely consider more so. But again, do your homework, make sure you find one that definitely fits the aesthetic that you're looking for, or at least kind of understands what it is that you're looking for, and that they can deliver that product. Or you maybe have already a few questions just by looking at their Instagram, so the conversation just is a little more productive. So definitely do your research. Budget is one of those things that I've mentioned already, and it's one of those sensitive topics also that most people don't really want to talk about because it just is a sensitive topic. But budgeting is definitely something that you have to really consider, because you have to really ask yourself, how much does this improvement really mean to you? You know, and again, that's a very personal question that only you can answer. Let's take the professional side of your life, right? If you really want to get an edge in whatever it is that your career may be, and you really want to start competing at a higher level, you have to dress the part. There is no way around it. And if you're going to do it the right way, you are going to have to invest in yourself. Again, you might not be ready for custom right off the bat. You might want to go to a department store and buy something off the rack and take it to a great tailor and have the alterations done and start, you know, little baby steps like that. But if you're now ready for the custom route, please do have a decent budget set aside, especially if you're going to a really good and reputable tailor shop. They're worth their salt. You know, so if you're gonna go to a shop like that, they're gonna be more expensive than going to the other guys, but they're more expensive for a reason. They're gonna give you way better advice. The fabrics you're gonna be able to select are gonna be way better. The suits are gonna last you so much longer, and the quality and the construction is gonna be so much nicer, and they will have more experience, so the garment's gonna fit way better also. So again, they're worth their salt, but it is an investment that you have to be ready for. So definitely have to set that aside. But you have to answer, how much does that improvement really mean to you? Now, the last thing that you want to consider is definitely the time available that you have. If you want to have something made in like 2 weeks, that's really pushing it. Unfortunately, if you want something that's going to be made of that high of a caliber, it's just not going to happen. There are some other entry-level custom clothing options that promise it in 2 weeks. So if time is of the essence, then you might want to consider them, but just know that they're going to have to cut some corners in order for them to rush the product to deliver it in 2 weeks. That being said, definitely give yourself some time when it comes to buying custom clothing. Generally, I would say between 6 to 8 weeks is kind of just like a standard time frame. Consider some alterations that would need to get done afterwards, or if there's like a try-on garment sample process in between, then you're gonna have to factor in the lead times for that as well. But generally, I would say that about like 6 to 8 weeks is more or less kind of like the average for custom clothing. All right, now that being said, I've answered those questions just to give you guys an example of kind of how the thought process would be. And so here we go. So for myself, I had them written down here. So for myself, what it is that I'm looking for, I'm definitely looking to revamp my whole entire wardrobe. So if I can get like a suit, a sport jacket, some like jeans or trousers, that'd be good enough for me. What is this for? It's for business and for pleasure. Even on my days off when I'm not working, I definitely like to at least look and be dressed pretty sharp. So nice pair of pants, like a nice shirt, some nice shoes, whether it's sneakers or actual like loafers, whatever. I like to be a little more dressed up on my days off also. What does my wardrobe look like? My wardrobe is scattered. All right, so what's my day-to-day? Well, I do own my own custom clothing business, and as of right now, I travel to meet my clients, so I'm constantly in the car. I'm taking trains into the city to visit my clients as well. I'm commuting a lot, I'm walking everywhere, I'm constantly moving. And also when I'm doing the fittings, I'm bending down, you know, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. So I'm definitely putting a lot of stress on my clothing, and because my days tend to be very hectic, I'm not the best when it comes to taking care of my suit. I'll usually hang my jackets, but my trousers kind of just get thrown over the chair, and then that's about it. So I have to constantly, press them and do a lot of different things. So the fabrics that I need are gonna be something that's gonna be able to, keep up with that kind of hectic lifestyle. All right, so now what's the goal? The goal that I want to have with my wardrobe, at least, is I definitely want something that's going to be very versatile, something that I can just kind of put together, like, Legos, and everything just works. I want to have a lot of like better made pieces. I want to be dealing with a lot better fabrics. Also, because I'm very young in this tailoring world that's dominated by a lot of older guys, I do need to come off a little more professional, so I definitely want my wardrobe to convey that sort of like mature aesthetic, something a little more grown up. I started doing custom because I did want something that was going to be of a better quality. Like I mentioned all the time, fabric is very, very important to me. The construction, how's it going to hold up a couple of years from now, also matters a lot to me. Also, why not? It's a lot of fun. So that's why we're going to be going the custom route for this. I did set a budget for myself to be able to buy better fabrics. Now, the quality that Los Torres Tailors is known for is definitely the full canvas with a lot of handmade finishes. So handmade buttonholes, the lapels are going to be padded by hand. So it's made a lot better than your typical made to measure. Definitely having the full canvas and having hand details just adds a little bit more quality and just takes a little more time and care for it, which is something that I'm definitely looking for. That's why I have no rush for these garments. I'm gonna have to order my fabrics from the UK, so shipping is gonna take a little bit of time also. So those things I have to consider, which is why if it takes about 8 weeks, I'm okay with it as long as it comes in as a, masterpiece. That's kind of what I'm looking for. So that being the criteria, as a tailor, I would already have a few fabrics in mind if a customer were to come to me with those kind of requests and that kind of like mindset. So I actually do have some fabrics that I picked out while I was doing this video, but that will be for another situation. So for now, I just want to leave you with that. Definitely answer those questions in your head. If you got to write them down and take them with you when you visit your tailor or clothier, definitely do that. Definitely be prepared, set a budget aside, and really understand what it is that you're getting into. Especially when I'm making your clothing, I want you to be able to wear it as much as you can. Like, I want you to wear it so often people are like, oh wow, you're wearing that jacket again, It's like, yeah, like I really, really want you to love the pieces that you make with us. So that's why I would really, really recommend you guys to be prepared and kind of get your mindset and understanding what it is that you're actually purchasing. Well, with that ends this part 1 video of this series that we're gonna end up doing. The next part is gonna be me showcasing fabrics, and I have already a few in mind, and I'll kind of explain to you how it is that I am going to be selecting the fabrics that I'm gonna be choosing and how I kind of, narrow all my options down. But that's it, guys, for today, and I'll catch you on the next one.